So when I was in Dollar Tree yesterday, I picked up some pretzels, 2 bags of pretzels. And as I was hungry, I started them the moment I got into the car. So I have most of them left. So I'm going to put them in this container. I've tried putting them in other containers. I think I have a couple of quart jars, but there's always too much. So let's see how this one does. Kind of a cool one with one of those apothecary type lids. So we're going to dump it in and see how we do. Has a big wide opening too, so I don't think I'm going to need that funnel. We'll see. This is actually great. If it was full, it would probably be a little bit higher, but this is great. Plus the opening's real wide for reaching in, getting some. So, done. All right, it's cat food time. I just got a big bag at Walmart. And I got these 2 containers at Walmart a couple of years ago, and they're just great. They fill everything. They fit everything. So I'm going to cut this open and start pouring. Let's go. There's one. Here's the other. They fit one of these 16-pound bags. I love it. Then they snap closed, and you can actually stack them if you want, but I just have them side by side. As one empties out, then I can put the pet food bowls in the other one. So it's very convenient. So I think we're set for a while with the cat food. I've got 10 pounds of sugar here, and I'd like to get it out of this paper bag and put it into glass jars. I have several of these large jars here, and it'll be interesting to see how many it'll take to take care of this 10 pounds of sugar. So let's find out. Okay, here goes the first one. Keep your fingers crossed that I don't spill it. Okay, 1. I think I can fill 2 more up. Let's see. Here's number 2. And these are half-gallon jars, by the way. I got them at, I think, Walmart a couple of years ago. They're good for huge amounts of stuff like this. Let's do this. Maybe I'll get 4 out of it. I don't know. 3 at least. Here's number 2. Well, I just filled up number 3. And I still have a little bit left in here, and I think I'm going to use it to fill up the little jar I use for my tea. Let me go get it and see. If it's too much for this, I'm going to divide the rest of it in the jars because there's still some room. At the top. Oh, there's just a little bit left, and probably put it in this one. See where that gets us? We are cutting it close. We put the rest in the other one. I feel like I'm playing roulette with this. Let's see what happens. There we go. There we go. So we have found out that 10 pounds of sugar fills up 3 half-gallon containers plus a little left over. Truthfully, could have probably, there's some space left in here and a little bit left in here. We probably could have put this in the, put the rest of this in the half gallons, but I needed some for tea anyway. So there we are with that. My flour is definitely running low. Here is my wheat flour, and here's my white flour, so I'm going to have to fill those up. I wasn't baking for a while, but then I started making all these pies. I have been making pies and stuff for like weeks now, so I'm definitely running out of flour. So let me grab my wheat flour first and fill this one up. This is the last of my, I think it was a, 10-pound bag. Was it 10 pounds? No. Last of my 5-pound bag of King Arthur whole wheat flour. I got it at Grocery Outlet for actually a very good price. I keep my flour in the freezer until I'm ready to put it in the container. It's going everywhere. So that kind of, I think, prevents the sort of problems that people have sometimes when they keep their flour out all the time. Whoops. I'm hoping that this will fit and I can finish it up. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be fine. Perfect. I finished the bag and the container is full. Life is good. All right, I'm not going to have the same luck with the other one. I'm not sure how much is in the other bag. Let me check, but I'm definitely going to have flour left over. So we'll try and see what happens. Here we are, 10 pounds of white flour from Walmart, and it's going to be too much to put in the one. So I'm just going to fill this one and put the rest of it back in the freezer. I may put some bay leaves in the flour too. I don't know. Problem with flour is that there's always lots of it everywhere. Let's start here and get this filled up. I'm going to be making some quick breads over the next few weeks. Some to give out, some to freeze. I might do some mixes for those too ahead of time. It's helpful if you can do the dry mix ahead of time. Then there's that much less work. All right, there we go. And I probably have a little more than half the bag left. It'll go right back in the freezer. Well, here we are, fill up time again. My snack jar is getting a little empty here. So I have some granola bars. I've already opened them and tried one. Peanut butter, banana, and dark chocolate. They're very yummy. So I'm going to put them in here right now. This is a great jar. I got it a couple years ago at Walmart, and I'm just very satisfied with it. You can see, I like jars and things where I can see everything, even if they're slightly opaque, but I can see what's going on. And this one has plenty of room for sure. All right, there we go. I think there were 12 bars. It's been about 2 years since I had cold cereal and milk in the house, but I was at Walmart and I got one of their big bags of Rice Krispies, or I guess they're Crispy Rice. It's their dupe or whatever. I love these. It's really good with a little bit of sugar and some vanilla almond milk. So I got the bag. It's about $5.50, $5.60, something like that. So now I got to put it in something. I have these 3 large jars, so hopefully it'll fit. If not, I'm going to have to go into the quart jars because the rest of my half-gallon jars are filled. Let's start with this and see what happens. I have a feeling I'm having too much for these jars, but time will tell. Oops. May have overdone it a little bit there. I love these jars. These glass jars really do keep everything very crispy and fine and not stale, and it keeps unwanted critters out of the food. What do you know? Right to the top there. Let's go to the next one. Look, I just keep pouring. And then there's leftovers, and then they spill all over the counter. Let's see if I can get this down. Oops, this is a little big. All right, let me fix this. All right, it was messy, but I managed to deal with most of the overflow. Here's this one, and here's where I'm at with the with my final big jar. So let's see what's happening. I'm probably going to need to go into the quart jars. But let's see. Let's see for sure. I'm going to try not to overflow this time. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh yeah. There we go. I'm going to actually see if I have another half-gallon jar in there. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm done with the big jars. They're all filled up. So I'm going to fill up these quart jars. And I've got enough Rice Krispies to last me for quite some time, I think. It's just a nice snack, sometimes for dinner or whatever. Let's try this. These might be my last quart jars too. I redid the pantry. I'm always redoing the pantry and filled up a lot of jars. I should consolidate at this point like I've done in the past. Oh my God. 2 more. They must be filling these crispy rice things up more than they used to. I don't remember having this many jars of it when I've bought this and repackaged them in the past. All right, this is my last quart jar. I have got the jar prices here. I just moved my pantry out of that room where it was with all the light into a closet, and I have to, I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff, so I have to do a lot of cleanup. And once that's cleaned up and the path to the pantry is cleared, I'm going to be re-jarring some things that I half full jars. It's a continual, you know, task. Oops, too much, is it? Oh. All right, a little too much here. I'm going to pour the excess into here and leave it in here, and I'm going to finish this up in the next few days. And, oops, more spilling. This is spill day. All right, so okay. So I ended up with this big. How much is in here? 2 pounds 4 ounces. I have 3 of these big jars and 3 small 1 quart jars, and a little bit left over plus what I ate today. So that's a lot of crispy rice. I have 2 cleaning supplies to fill up. Mr. Clean is almost done, and my dishwashing liquid. I have 2 of these huge containers right now. I have one that has a little bit left in it, and then I had one that was full. Then I went to Home Depot and got 1 more. I don't want to have to worry about this over the winter. Hoping that funnel will be big enough, so let's see. Yeah, it seems to be okay. These heavy ones are a little hard to pour. There we go. It's only to there, but there's a lot of bubbling right there, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And my dishwash liquid, I like to take this Dawn and fill it to about there, and then fill the rest with water, shake it up real good, and then put water in there. And then I use this spray bottle to spray my dishes and spray everything, whatever I'm doing. So let's get this filled up. Oop, slide down the side. Well, at least the cleanup will be clean, right? As I'm doing this, I keep seeing more and more Rice Krispies that have spilt between little videoing. I'm trying to clean them up, but I don't think I'll be able to clean anything up till this is done. Those little Rice Krispies went everywhere. All right. Gonna let this go down. Then I'm going to go ahead and fill this up to about here with water, but I'm going to do that in increments off camera because it starts bubbling and it takes a little while. All done and ready to put next to the sink. Earlier in this video I talked about having switched out my pantry. I actually switched out 2 rooms completely, shelving, furniture, everything in one day. So here it is in the closet.
I haven't quite finished reorganizing it, but I will do a video on the whole thing because I have different plans for how I want to use some of the rooms in this house. So that's my pantry. That's my refills. Wishing you all the best with your pantries and everything else. And thank you so much for watching.